Tech on here, taking a walk. Take a look at the scenery here. Really quickly, I want to share with you something that has allowed me to make a lot of money, and that can also allow you to make a lot of money, like a lot of money, right? It's what I like to call my WWH formula, right? WWH formula. So one of the mistakes that I see that people make is oftentimes they'll know what they want to sell, right? So they'll have this thing that they're really attached to. They'll have this idea that they're really attached to. They're working on it. Sometimes they're working on it for weeks. They're working on it for months. They're working on it for years. But then they don't know the other pieces of the formula. And that's why most people and most businesses never truly make money, never make lots and lots and lots of money. So that thing that they have is actually one of the middle pieces of the entire formula. So there's three pieces to this formula. The first is the who, right? The second is the what, right? That's the WW. And the last is the H, the how, right? So the WWH formula will allow you to really, really crank in the dough. So most people, they have that middle formula. So you've got the what, right? You've got that W, that W that's in the middle. You've got this book, maybe you have a course, maybe you've got a coaching program, maybe you have an idea, you don't even know how you're going to package it yet. So you've got that thing, but the most important part is, who are you going to sell it to, right? So who are you going to sell it to? So when you look at someone like Elon Musk, right? And he said, I'm going to go in, I'm going to create Tesla. He knew exactly who he's going to sell his cars to. He's going to sell them to people that had a vested interest in helping to save the planet. He's going to sell them to people who had, this idea of what a cool car looks like. He's going to sell them to people who had an interest in electric cars. So, right, there's three different groups of individuals that he knew that he would sell this what to. So he had the who already. He had the what already. And then the last part is the how. How are you going to sell it, right? So the first thing is figuring out, who are you going to sell it to? Are they people that you don't want to deal with on a regular basis? Are they people that are like you? Are they people that have this problem that they really need a solution for? Are they people who may have a problem and they don't even realize that there's a solution for it out there? Are they people who don't even know that they have a problem, right? So the first thing is understanding who you want as your customer. So for me, I'll give you an example. When I first got started online, way back in the day, a decade plus ago, I was handling all of my customer service, and I quickly realized that some of the people that I was dealing with were not the people that I wanted to sell to, right? They were not the individuals that I wanted to serve as customers. So I had to pivot, I had to shift. I was actually in the music business, and I had people that, there was a lot of people who just didn't see themselves moving forward much. They didn't see where marketing fit into being a musician and getting the exposure that they needed. So I quickly realized that this is not the audience that I want to serve. So I kind of pivoted and started to sell to authors and writers and people that really fit within the mold of who my personality type is, right? So that's the first thing, is think about who it is that you want to sell, right? And most of you guys already have the second thing, the what. And if you don't have the what already, think about what's a problem that these people already have? What's a problem? And then that what could solve the problem, right? So oftentimes you'll do well when you solve a problem for people and you give them an easy solution to it. So you've got the W, right? That is the who. You've got the second W, that is the what. And then the last part is the H, the how. How are you going to sell it, right? So there's so many different ways that you can sell your solution. There's so many different ways that you can sell your thing. You could sell it brick and mortar. You could sell it in the book format. You could sell it on a webinar. You could sell it in a funnel, right? You could sell it using Facebook ads, YouTube ads. You could sell it using organic social media traffic. So there's so many different ways that you can actually sell it. And that is the how. How are you going to present it? You could sell it using, like I said, if you're going to do funnels, right? Well, what's the first step in that funnel? Are you going to use something like a VSL, a video sales letter? Are you going to go in and create some type of a book funnel where people come in, they buy your book, and then they start to get everything else from you, right? All of your other products that might be in that funnel, some of your upsells, some of your downsells. Are you going to sell it in a webinar format, right? Which is a formula that works really well for me. So some of my programs and courses will sell in a webinar format. So that's the how. So when you go in and you think about this and you really get it down pat and you get it dialed in, then it becomes much easier for you to do extremely well. But it has to be done in that order. It's the who first, right? And then after that, it's the what am I going to sell them? Because once you figured out the who, you're studying them, right? You know what problems they have. And then it's the how am I going to sell it to them? What format am I going to sell it to them, right? So let me know in the comments box right now if you have all three of those set up, and let me know where you're at, right? Let me know if you already know. Maybe you might have in this whole WWH formula, you might have the who. You might know who you want to serve, right? Maybe they're people just like you, right? But you don't know what you want to sell them. You don't know how you're going to sell them. Or maybe you have the how. Maybe you say, you know, Ty, I've got this book and I really want to go in and sell this thing in a book format, right? But you don't know how to piece the book together. So you don't have the what, that W that's in the middle that's missing. Or maybe you have the how, maybe you have the who, but you don't know what you want to sell them. So let me know in the comments box where you're at. And then also let me know if more videos like this will benefit you. If so, I'll go in and put more together. I'm going to continue on my walk here, but definitely go in, comment, and do me a favor. I need more subscribers. So please go in, subscribe. That tells this platform that you're getting value out of everything that I share here. So take a moment right now, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay well.